This computer. All right, so welcome again to our wellness education series. We are jumping right in to our education on stress, sleep, and emotions. This class is very timely for the current set of affairs we are all experiencing right now. And so just I'm going to share my screen with you. And can everyone who can come on screen? Yes. Okay, beautiful. Right here. Bring my window to the front. That's what I'm trying to do as I talk to myself. There we go. All right. So as always, we are your living wellness coaches. Thank you so much. I know each of you, was somehow invited by one of us. And so we're just grateful. We're grateful to have you here. So today, there will be three of us that will be leading you through our discussion on stress, sleep, and emotions. First, we will be led through a meditation and breathwork series, which I'm really excited. I've done a couple of these with her already, so it's a real treat for you. And I really encourage you, if you've never done anything like this before, just open your mind, open your heart, open your lungs, and just really practice with us. Really open yourself up to what we're going to go through from the beautiful Empress Dr. Neat. And then Kirsten Iyer, actually will then be covering sleep solutions. She's done some really powerful research on just statistics and just really helping you understand that this is not something to be ignored. And then I will cover stress and emotion solutions with a special emphasis on our adaptive line and the science and research that goes into creating a solution for you to use for stress and emotions. All right, so at this point, I'm going to turn it over to the beautiful Queen. And you did message me. I just want to make sure I'm clear. You want everyone to come on screen. So I'm going to stop my screen share so that we're all here together, as clear as possible. Is that what you meant by that? Beautiful. Okay, let's do it.
It's really important, as many of us as can come on screen. We don't care if your hair is all over the place or anything. Come on screen, because we're getting ready to have such a beautiful experience together. Everybody that came tonight is supposed to be here tonight, because this meditation got channeled through to me, and I've never done it. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And I need you to understand how special you are, that you are here to experience this. This is so exciting. So I want to invite each of you all to stop whatever you're doing and get completely comfortable. So if that means releasing your bra, take it off and be free. I need you completely comfortable right now. Release the need to multitask and come and join us in being fully present in this now moment. The next 20 minutes is all about you. You already have your cedar or your balance oils, your frankincense, your breathe or your peppermint oil, and now you're ready to enter in. You've been identified as a gift of the earth. And as a result, you have been invited to a one-on-one retreat in the beautiful, fragrant doTERRA forest. The doTERRA forest is a place of restoration where you are on mandatory sleep-ins every morning, where there is no stress allowed by day or by night, and where you can finally come into a place of emotional balance. When you arrive at the gates, there is a sign that says, "Take off your shoes, for the ground that you're walking upon is sacred." So join me in doing that right now. If you have on socks, release those as well so that you can be fully able to connect with the earth. Take off your shoes, take off your socks. This is all about you. Haven't had a pedicure in a long time? It's just fine. Let them go. After you've removed your socks and your shoes, grab either your cedar or your balance oil and open the bottle. We're going to do something a little different today. Stephanie went and grabbed hers. We're going to let her come back so she can have the full experience. How exciting. And so as you open your bottle, I want you to do two things. I want you to touch it to your first eye. That's the place where your intuition comes in. And then lift it up to the heavens and say thank you. And you're saying thank you because these healing oils have been appropriated to you, and you know. And now what we're gonna do, which is really exciting, we're gonna open up our left hand. Our left hand is the hand of receiving. So open it up just like that. Take 2 drops of your balance or of your cedar. Now, take the palm of your right hand, place it on top of your left, and slowly spin your hand clockwise 7 times. When you do that, you activate
I keep thinking she's going to come back to us. She's got this beautiful kissy face. Oh, come back to us, Queen. Well, I bet she'll come back. I hate to interrupt such a peaceful moment. Let me just message her real quick while you guys just breathe. I don't want to really disrupt and like move on because I
had a question. Oh, never mind.
All right, so now
you're with you.
Indeed, we have activated our balance oils. Now reach down and begin to rub your feet. We rub everybody else's feet, little toes, all of that. This time, it's all about you. Rub that balance, rub that cedar on the bottom of your own feet so that you can begin to activate all of your energy. You've released all the stress so that you'll be able to enter into this sacred space because nothing heavy can go with you into the sacred space. Now grab your frankincense. After you finish with your feet, I know some of our feet are bigger than the others. It's just fine. Take as long as you need to rub it on your feet and grab your frankincense. Activate it again. First eye, up to the heavens. And this time, we're going to take the frankincense and put 2 drops under our tongue. And you feel your whole head begin to open. You just activated your first eye and you activated your crown chakra. Now take 1 more drop and put it right at the top of your head. Oh, we're going places. You see, in the doTERRA forest, everything is magical. So you have to raise your vibration so you can be ready to receive. It's time for us to enter in. Now grab your breathe or your peppermint oil. Activate it like we have before, and then cup your hands over your nose and your mouth. Now close your eyes. Breathe normally, relaxing your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your spine, your hips, your knees, and your toes. All of your stress just grounded itself in a lavender stream of serenity. Now with your hands cupped over your nose and mouth, take a slow, deep inhalation in through your nose and hold for 3, 2, 1, and slowly release out through your mouth. Slow, deep inhalation in through your nose and hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release out through your mouth. Again, slow, deep inhalation in through your nose and hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release out through your mouth. Last time, slow, deep inhalation in through your nose and hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release out through your mouth. Keep your eyes closed because you just entered into the forest. You're being led by a beautiful set of elder mothers who are the keepers of the wisdom of this life. They first take you to the magnolia tree, where there is a beautiful, beautiful bath that has been drawn for you, and it is awaiting you. They've added 4 drops of adaptive so that you can acclimate to this beautiful new environment. They included neroli blossoms from the bitter orange tree and sprigs of rosemary and spearmint are all around the sides, loving and appreciating you. You've got one job, one assignment, that is to get in the bath, let the sun keep your water warm, and relax. It is all about you releasing stress, bringing your emotions into balance, and enjoying the luxury of a mandatory sleep-in. When you get out of your bath, there's a long table of sweet fruits, delicious vegetables, and coconut water for you to enjoy. You don't have to share. This is just for you. You are the gift. Finally, after a nice long meditation at the Lang Lang tree, enjoy a strawberry peanut colada and take 2 Serenity and 2 Copaiba gel caps. You have the presidential suite, and your sheets smell like lavender, and serenity is already being diffused just for you. Allow yourself to enjoy uninterrupted rest for the first time in years. You deserve the best of everything. Take a slow, deep inhalation in through your nose and hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release out through your mouth. Slow, deep inhalation in through your nose and hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release out through your mouth. Again, slow, deep inhalation in through your nose and hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release out through your mouth. Last time, slow, deep inhalation in through your nose and hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release out through your mouth. Allow the spirit of the forest to remove the stress from you. Continue to take this experience with you. And when you get ready, slowly open your eyes because you deserve the best of everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your talents with us.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Grateful. Hope each of you had a relaxing and peaceful experience. I know I did. I was remembering that this will be recorded and is available to our Living Wellness community anytime or every day.
Yes.
Yes, you want to come back to this, we will have this posted and saved in our Living Wellness Facebook group. So probably the easiest way to access it. So thank you for starting us off today. I'm going to come back to sharing my screen. We had a beautiful trip through the doTERRA forest. I especially loved being told that I am a gift and that you are a gift, that we are actually the gift of doTERRA and the gift of this earth. I think it's very beautiful that doTERRA means gift of this earth. So as we shift into the rest of our content today, it's going to be quite informational, and I hope that you will be in a space, especially now, to really take the parts of this information that will mean the most to you. So I want you to honestly assess yourself. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 0 is not at all, and 10 is this is a very big problem. How often are you aware of being stressed in your daily life? You can write it down on the form, on the PDF that we include with our class, or you can just write it on a piece of paper. And then really ask yourself, how concerned are you about the quantity and quality of your sleep? And then finally, how frequently do your emotions feel difficult to manage appropriately? So a little bit of a biology lesson for you. There's a part of your brain shown here on the screen in the red that's called the hypothalamus. And it's actually a tiny control tower in your brain. So when you're stressed out or there's different stress factors in your life, the hypothalamus orders the brain to send out stress hormones. And these stress hormones are designed to protect you. So it's not all bad, right? But when they are frequent or these stress hormones are prolonged for an extended period of time, it can bring devastating effects both on your physical and mental well-being. I was actually just talking to a woman online today who shared with me that she chose to ignore stress in her life, and it started showing up in her body, in her back, and she started having a lot of back problems, and she knew that it was actually related to the stress that she was not managing properly. So there's quite a few symptoms of chronic stress: irritability, anxiety or depression, headaches, insomnia, poor immune function, and increased blood pressure. So I want to jump into sleep, and I'll have Kirsten kind of take it from here. And if you want to start with the statistic on the bottom of this page, or however you would like to start, then.
Yeah, the statistic on the bottom of the page is a very important one, and one that a lot of people, when they hear it, they're a little flabbergasted, right? 70% of sleeping problems are related to psycho and physiological issues. Part of that being environmental, part of it being medical. And what this means is that when we have increased cortisol levels in our body, that our body isn't able to push the melatonin that it needs at the right point of our day for us to be able to prepare for sleep at the end of our day. And so this is one of several different type of sleep problems that different people have, right? Everyone doesn't have the same type of sleep problem. This is one that is exacerbated by the combination of our sleep and our managing of our stress, right? As it shows itself in our bodies in different ways, it's going to give us different problems with sleep. Let's go to the next slide right here before I screen share. Actually, I can screen share first. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Before we go here. Okay.
You just take the reins.
All right. I am going to go. Is it this? Yes, this guy here. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So I looked around. Well, I've been, hello? Okay, good. You're moving. I got afraid that I froze on you as well. So sleep is something that has been a part of my life, learning of sleep disorders for a while. Both of my parents sleep with a sleep apnea machine. And so from when I was little, I remember asking my dad, what is that thing on your face, right? And I've also seen the progression as technology's changed of the different situations that he's gone to. And when I was, I remember being in college in my freshman year and not being able to sleep through the night. So I didn't even have children yet when I began to have trouble in sleep. I would wake up, am I late for class? Is there something that I'm going to miss? Did I get that assignment? And I would look at the clock every time, And it became a thing where I would wake up in the morning and could tell you exactly what time it is, the 4 or 5 times that I woke up during the night and looked at the clock. This was a representation of me also not managing the stress in my life, not being aware of it, and it affecting how I was sleeping on a daily basis. So these two things are so closely related that it's really difficult to separate the effects from one and the effects of the other. These are some statistics from the American Sleep Association that they put all together for us. 50 to 70 million US adults have a sleep disorder. And this is a diagnosable disorder, not just a problem with sleeping, right? 48% report snoring, 37.9% unintentionally falling asleep during the day at least once in the last month. And so when our stress or our lack of sleep combine together to have our body putting out all different types of symptoms, it manifests in each of us differently. Some of us are unable to fall asleep when the day has come to an end and they know that they need to fall asleep so they can get enough sleep for the next day. Some of us fall asleep maybe at 5 or 6 o'clock. They get so tired they close their eyes for a minute and then they've rested and they're wired. They can't go back to sleep until 11 or 12 o'clock at night. Some of us can fall asleep and then they'll wake up, whether it's to use the bathroom or because they are cold or because there's a light on, and they're up. Their brain has started in the middle of the night. They can't shut it off. They're not even tired, or they are tired and they still can't fall back asleep, right? So all of these are individual problems that are caused by different things in our body. And all of these things we treat a little bit differently when we're looking to improve our quality of sleep. Drowsy driving, also a huge problem. I struggled from that huge for years before I ended up getting diagnosed with a hypothyroidism problem, which was causing me to fall asleep at different times of the day and just be extra tired. And that in itself, 1,550 fatalities every year and 40,000 non-fatal injuries from people whose stress and their sleep habits have overcome their life and are affecting those around them, right? Insomnia is the most common specific sleep disorder with short term, meaning it happens and people realize it and are able to overcome it 30% of the time, and 10% of the time it's chronic. It just continues to be a problem that they're unable to solve. Perhaps they haven't made that connection to the link of why their body isn't letting them sleep. Perhaps they don't know that they can work to find that link. And so a big portion of this class is people realizing that you feel stress, you need to try to do something about it, right? You're not sleeping well. There's a reason for this. And some people might have a much simpler time than others, affecting the amount of sleep and the type of sleep that they have at others. But everybody that's experiencing problems with their sleep needs to begin to learn about it and learn their body a little more. 25 million US adults have obstructive sleep apnea. This is from a number of things, whether it be unhealthy breathing systems, other trouble with asthma, controlling the opening of your breathing ways, whether it is because of the weight of your body, the health of your body, how your heart is functioning within your body, right? 9 to 21% of women have it, and 24 to 31% of men have sleep apnea, which is something that is completely curable by changing your lifestyle and by your habits and your health, right? And so I say this to people all the time, and people that have been using their things for so long that they feel like they're no longer in control of their bodies. So let's talk a little bit about things that we can do to affect this, okay? This is an ebook, which I have the link. I cannot do that right now, can I? Nope, I can't. While I'm screen sharing, I can't. I have the link to this book ready to put in the comments, so I can put it there right after. This is a portion of the book. doTERRA has made an amazing ebook all about sleep. And it talks about the science of sleep. It goes through the stages of sleep. It's not very long, 24 pages. So a great place for anyone to start to learn more about sleep than they currently know, and even help identify why they might be having problems with their sleep. When it comes to the brain, dozens of side effects occur, making a lack of sleep, such as, making it difficult to sleep. Sorry, I've switched. When it comes to the brain, dozens of side effects occur from a lack of sleep, such as making it difficult to focus or negatively impacting our moods. Kirsten mentioned in our little quiz there that you're unable to control your mood, right? Scientists have also shown that not getting sufficient sleep can put young children and teens at a greater risk for poor moods, impulsivity, anger, not to mention growth problems and lower grades in school. So as we look at our sleep, we can look at the sleep of those in our families, our spouse, our children. Our good sleep habits are something that we can teach and can show to our children, which will help them set up for a very well-balanced and rounded life, right? I'm going to come here for a second. When people begin to learn a lot about sleep, they learn about the horrible things that can happen if you don't get enough, how it can affect your body and all of the major organ systems in your body. But you see a lot less information about the good things that good sleep does to you. So that I like that doTERRA took a minute to include that in their book and point this out, right? Quality sleep improves your healthy blood pressure levels. It really strengthens your immune system. So anything that you're already doing to work with it is going to become that much stronger, right? It leads to better mental health and cognitive performance. And so if anybody has learned about studying, that whole let's study the whole day long and straight into the night until the time for the next test, it's one of the worst things you can do. Studying in bits and sleeping is the best way to retain that information. So it really helps your cognitive performance. 7 things real quick I wanted to go over for sleep. Okay, things that you can do to create a better sleep simply in your home of your own choice are, first of all, creating your optimal sleeping environment, right? Our body, we know that our body's temperature drops when we sleep because our functions slow down. And so if you have too many blankets or a room too warm, you're often woken up by kicking off your blankets. If you were sleeping, then you get a little cold, you pull them back on, you'll play that game all night long, blankets on, blankets off, right? As well as having a comfortable bed and comfortable pillows. So we want our lights dim. We want to manage noises if we can, so that we can have a focus that allows our body to really slumber. Avoiding stimulants. This comes in many different forms. It can be loud music. It can be screens. It can be eating sugars and sweets at night. Even things that are high carb has our body pushing glucose into our muscles, which can make our muscles jump, similar to a restless leg syndrome while we are sleeping, which really interrupts our sleep, right? If you are hungry before bed, it could be a sign that you just need to go to sleep. If you feel you need to have a snack, nuts are one of the best things before going to sleep. It's high in fats, right, which is going to help your body process, slow down its digestive system while it's processing fats, as well as there's a lot of magnesium in nuts, which helps the body calm down. So it's a great thing if you need to have a little something before bed. Already covered bedding, so I put those two together. Exercising regularly is really good for your body and amazing for sleep. But we want to make sure that we're doing it earlier in the day. Too close to bedtime gets our body pumping, gets our circulation up, which makes it harder for us to calm down, right? If we do need to exercise in the later part of the day, the further away from your sleep is best. And you can choose things like yoga and stretching if you have to exercise in the second half of your day. Removing distractions, right? If you take your work home, try not to keep it in your room. Try to turn it off at a certain time, cut it off at a certain time. We want screens off an hour before bedtime, right? This is huge for helping our brain waves to really understand that it's preparing to sleep and preparing to relax. We want to relax our bodies, and we want to try to set up, like people say it for children all the time, right? Have a bedtime routine. Do the same things in the same order. This is the same thing for us, for our bodies, especially if we know that we have a hard time falling asleep. We want to establish a routine to tell our body and our brain and the different systems in our body that it's time to sleep. And so everybody can't take a bath every single day, but what can you do every day to get ready for bed, right? I like to read a little bit or listen to a book on tape. Journaling is great. For me, a part of every single day in the evening is tea, right? Another way for me to get essential oils into my body and to get things into my body that are going to help it relax and relax the different systems. I keep saying different systems because we'll go over that in just a moment. The last thing is to try to reset your internal clock to wake up and go to bed at the same time every day. How confusing for your body to do that 5 days a week, and then on the weekends, you stay up till 2 in the morning and sleep in until 11 and then stay up late. But then on Monday, you want your body to do as it's told and go back to the perfect cycle for Monday through Friday work, right? Super confusing for your body and your internal clock. Best to try to keep that as even as possible. When you're working on setting this clock, you want sunlight on your face, creating vitamin D first thing in the morning. And so, especially with daylight savings times right now, I have sunlight in the morning. So when I wake up, I try to turn my face to the window or step outside to get some of that on my face every single morning to let my body know the sun is up, it is time for bed, okay? I wanted to really quickly go over just a couple of oils. Look, the science behind here talks a little bit about what Kirsten was talking about, getting the oils into our bodies, into our thalamus and hypothalamus. Okay, I wanted to touch here real quick on the best oils for sleeping. And we have a couple of different oil families here because we have different systems of our body that we want to affect. So if you're having a hard time falling asleep, you're going to look for something that's going to help calm you down, right? We want Serenity. We want our lavender, clary sage. These are all in the same family that's high, even petitgrain, high in linalool and linolin, which is a hormone that helps our body to release the hormone that helps us to calm down. Our cedarwood, our copaiba, also our sandalwood and our vetiver, these are grounding oils. So these are the oils that once you're asleep, they're going to help you stay asleep and help pull you into a nice deep sleep. Our bergamot, our frankincense, even our Roman chamomile here, this is going to help our digestive system calm down, right? Because that's active always, right? And if it is functioning heavily because you've eaten dinner late, because you've eaten things that day that it's still processing, this also disrupts your sleep function. So we want to calm down our digestive system. And the other system we want to calm down is our nervous system, right? And so copaiba is great for your nervous system. Just like we talked about, when you push glucose into your muscles are moving a little bit and tightening. So we want to calm all these aspects. And so I've collected this together into what I use every single night now. And that is right here. This is my perfect sleep that I diffuse with. And so I have 2 drops of Serenity in there. This is to help me fall asleep. If I have been very active or eaten dinner really late, even an hour before bed, I'll rub Serenity on the bottom of my feet to get that into my system to help my body release the hormones to calm it down. It has 2 drops of chamomile in here, and that I love the smell of it first of all, but also I know that it's calming my digestive system while I'm sleeping and keeping it that way. I have a drop of copaiba, which is going to calm my nervous system to help my body not jump. Vetiver is going to keep me grounded, and I always do a drop of Breathe because this helps my airways to be open so that I'm not having, I have a little bit of tendency to breathe through my mouth and go back and forth. And so this helps my airways to stay open so I don't wake up with my mouth hanging open. So you can see how the different ingredients that we're going to use, whether it's in a roller ball on our feet or whether we're diffusing, to combat the different parts of sleep that we each individually have a problem with. So you guys can screenshot that, and I'll make sure I get the link to the sleep book in the comments there. And I need to see
the sleep book, Kirsten. I didn't see your last slide. Did you show your perfect?
Oh, did it not?
Yeah,
I did.
Just try it again. It'll probably show up this
Yeah. Okay.
screens. Yeah, because I want to screen share. There you go. I had a feeling you made a full slide.
I was like pointing at it while I was talking to you. I think I could probably even, make that look better if you wanted a screenshot. There we go. There's your whole screen.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
I've worked with this for years, by the way. I've had 5 children, right? And so my problem with waking up during the night was only exacerbated by cries of children falling out of bed, potty, all of that kind of stuff. And so it had been probably 15 years since I'd sleeping through the night when I started working on my sleep really heavily last year. And so I can tell you that it's made a huge difference for me. I fall asleep right around 10 o'clock almost every single night, and I sleep hardcore for 7 hours without waking up 6 out of the 7 days a week. So for someone that woke up a ton, huge changes here. Okay, let me stop sharing and give you your control back.
Thank you so much, Kirsten. You know what I kept reminding myself as you were talking, even through the ebook and with the recipe, I really love how you started with the statistics and the reasons why. You know, sleep is one of those things, I think, especially like as a mom, you know, we got the whole kid thing going on. I got a pretty good reason to say, well, I used to sleep good, but now I don't, you know, or maybe for some of you, it's your job. Well, I used to sleep good, but now I've got this job and it just kind of throws me off. And we just allow these things into our lives because we're surviving. And to a certain extent, that's okay. And that's what we're doing. But we have to stop and pay attention. And I believe that's why you're all here, is to stop and pay attention to the things you're doing that will affect not only your current productivity, your current cognitive thinking, your ability to remember and regulate your moods, but also in the future, your current brain, cognitive, and physical function. So these things are actually very, very important. So thank you for sharing that with us. What a beautiful and sweet smelling way to give ourselves sweet dreams, right? I love that. So thank you. All right. So and thank you for the ebook. You guys, I love the ebooks. For those of you that are into sharing oils and just sharing what you're learning, those ebooks are easy and amazing ways to just share something really positive on your social media. So heaven knows we need it right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm going to jump back into my portion, which is something that we like to call the mood matrix. So can you guys all see that? I got a little cross with like my things. Okay. So this is where you're going to self-evaluate how you're feeling. Okay. And some of you might be like, yes, yes to all of them. Right. But let's really, you know, these 4 oils, there's a lot of oils that can help you with your mood. I mean, there's just a ton. There's a whole emotional line of oils, you know, motivation and cheer and peace and all those. These are kind of like the original ones. These are the ones that I grew up on when I was learning about essential oils. And to this day, they're still my go-to oils for my moods and my emotions. All right. So when fatigue is really high, I'm going to reach for Citrus Bliss or Serenity. Do you see how like that analysis, like up on the top, we've got our Serenity and our Citrus Bliss, right? Oops, let me go back. When fatigue is combined with a lack of passion, believe it or not, I sometimes am not as passionate as I appear on this class, okay? Imagine that, yes. So when fatigue and a lack of passion are kind of leading my day, that's like the emotion that is like kind of in me, I reach for Citrus Bliss. I love Citrus Bliss. It is these 2 oils, Serenity, Citrus Bliss, oh my gosh, and even Balance and Elevation. These are 4 of my favorite smells. I love the functions of all the essential oils, But as far as like a smell goes, like what I want to smell like in any given day, any of these four are my top four favorites as far as the actual aroma, the combination of the way that they smell. Citrus Bliss is amazing. I actually went to bed with some Citrus Bliss on me the other night, and my husband was like, what is that? You know, it was just like this instant, like, what are you doing over there? You know, and I'm like, just stimulation. He's like, okay, I'm into it. So that's good. On the other side, we have fatigue, but no peace, right? Like it's just irritated. I'm tired, but I'm also irritated. That's where serenity comes in. That's when I would use serenity, because I want to calm, to be composed, and to feel like everything is okay. I use serenity on my children a lot. I actually have a very special room set up in my home. And this room has evolved. It's actually the room I'm sitting in now, but I have a space where I will turn on some meditation music, usually with some kind of like crystal bowl or just some like very peaceful sounding music. And I will have serenity in the diffuser. We will put serenity and balance on their feet, and we will lay together. I have like a big warm biomat. Anyway, these are extra things that I have, but just, oh my gosh, like if you ever have a chance to get a large amethyst crystal biomat, it's like, it's where everyone in the family comes and dog piles on it. It's amazing. And so before bed, we will lay here together, and sometimes we will just listen to music and use some oils. Sometimes we will read scriptures together and just share about our day, but it's a really beautiful time that our family shares. And sometimes that's the only time that we have peace and calming in a shared emotion together. It's very, very special to us. So on the other side of this, if you're doing some analysis and you're just so stressed out, like it's just everything's all over the place, you know, and you don't have peace, right? You're kind of all over the place, really upset. Balance is amazing. It is grounding. It's why Queen took us through the meditation to start with the balance, because it's so grounding. It's made of trees that have very deep roots. So when I use balance, I put it on the bottom of my feet, and I love the way it smells. I actually did yoga with balance this morning, and I imagine just being rooted to the earth, like to that really positive, powerful energy of like creation and just reassuring and consoling. And I love the aroma of balance. doTERRA actually just came out with a bar of soap made of balance, and I never thought I would be such a nerd about a bar of soap, but I'm telling you, like, I'm in the shower and I'm just like, I just want to shout about this bar of soap from the rooftops. It's amazing. So I love it. On the other side, if you're stressed out and you have a lack of passion, like you're just stressed, but you don't really like feel like doing anything, you just want to be stressed out kind of, you need some inspiration and encouragement and some cheer. Elevation is it's just light. It's like sunshine in a bottle. I diffuse elevation in my home if it's not the holiday. So currently, like October, I switch my diffuser to the holiday peace, the holiday joy, the harvest spice. I love the emotions that those aromas invoke in me. It just feels very cozy and warm and inviting. But January, like, it's right back to elevation and citrus bliss in the main areas of my home. Those are my two favorite scents. So ditch the toxic air freshener or candle or whatever, and try to diffuse any of these oils. They are amazing for heightening and bringing into balance the emotions in your home. I see some chats here. Yes. Yes, we are all. Sorry, I'm just reading. Okay. All right, gotta move on. Wanted to talk about the Adaptive Collection because it is a very powerful offering that doTERRA has created, really just in the last year or so. Adaptive is made specifically for stress and anxiety. We know that many people in our family, maybe even ourselves, are really looking for just a quick fix. Like it's a, give me a pill, go to the doctor, give me a pill. I'm going to freaking lose my mind. If you don't think it's not, give me some drugs, like right now, you know, and we know that, and we understand it's okay. Like there's no judgment. Like, hey, we all have to take care of our mental health. It's very, very important. And we invite, you know, those to, you know, who want to share and are seeking help to please raise your hand and ask for help. That's what we're here for. doTERRA created the calming capsules because we know that essential oils we love essential oils, but some people don't really get it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, oil is like, okay, but a pill is like, oh yeah, I get that. I've been learning about pills my whole life. I get it. Adaptive calming blend capsules are made for that person who's just like, I may segue into essential oils at some point, but I just need to feel better right now with a capsule. Okay. And so the way that it works, I want you to understand something. We like to teach a little bit of science, right? So you have a neurotransmitter in your brain called GABA, and it's right here on the slide. Okay. It's a chemical that facilitates communication within the cells in the brain, right? So your cells in your brain are like, I'm stressed, I'm freaking out. And then more of them talk about it and they're all stressed out, right? So GABA is considered an inhibitory neurotransmitter. So it inhibits those stress messages from communicating in your brain, right? Much like taking a pharmaceutical drug would do, but this is completely natural. Okay. It works by blocking certain brain signals and decreasing that nervous system activation. Because GABA plays such an important or integral role in mood modulation, GABA mimicking compounds are popular for addressing various emotional and psychological concerns. So that's what you're going to get specifically with the adaptive blend, those calming capsules. All right. And I want to go a little bit deeper with you. Stay with me here. I want you to understand why these 8 essential oils have been chosen as all the oils that go into the adaptive blend. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with is wild orange. Wild orange is commonly used in blends that are aimed to promote emotional well-being, because wild orange has it's very unique because it's energizing, but it's also calming at the same time. It's really interesting. And clinical research has shown that due to its concentration of limonene, aromatic and topical application of wild orange promotes a positive mood and supports a relaxing environment. Okay, so wild orange is number 1. Number 2 is lavender. Everyone kind of knows, it's quite commonly known that lavender is relaxing. It's really considered the root of modern aromatherapy. And it really, there's a significant amount of evidence to support that lavender is very calming, especially specifically on chemicals in the brain. All right, so third, we have our Copaiba, which we've talked a lot about over the course of this education series. So, oops, going back. Copaiba is the essential oil with the highest known concentration of beta-caryophyllene. We talked a lot about this before when we were comparing like CBD oil and Copaiba, and that beta-caryophyllene, or that BCP, is the chemical compound that gives you the effect of relaxation. And it's also a powerful antioxidant. It supports your immune system. But when you add that to wild orange and lavender, it can also be beneficial with helping people to abstain from unhealthy habits. Because a lot of us have kind of grown up with these, like, oh, I feel stressed, so I'm going to do what? Fill in the blank, right? Smoke a cigarette, drink some alcohol, binge watch TV, eat too much chocolate. Like, you know, whatever it is that we have kind of conditioned ourselves to do, Copaiba can be beneficial to help you start to form healthier habits. All right. Next is spearmint. Spearmint is, oh wow, it's the oil it's the oil of true speech. It actually is. There's so much emotional benefit of using spearmint before you speak. So along with having numerous benefits when applied topically, human clinical research has shown that essential oils high in carvone, which is spearmint and dill, have an uplifting and arousing aroma that are particularly benefit for those with active lifestyles. So especially if you're like a high achiever, right? You're like, I got to do all the things all the time and I'm just going to keep going, right? So if that's can very much help you to keep up with that active lifestyle without feeling so much anxiety about that active lifestyle. Okay. Moving on, Magnolia. Queen, I love that you spoke about going to the Magnolia tree. That was like I just loved it. It was beautiful. I'm like, yes, I want to go to the Magnolia tree. So Magnolia is an adaptive, and it has one of the highest concentrations of a chemical component called linalool. Okay, and linalool is much like lavender, helps promote a calm environment and feelings of relaxation. So rosemary is very, very good for helping to increase feelings of alertness and focus while also reducing feelings of stress. So I think what's really cool here, what we're kind of this recipe that we're creating, we are relaxing, we are uplifting, but we're also increasing alertness and focus, right? So it's like this perfect combination to combat anxiety and stress and also increase performance and being able to function at a really high level. Because I don't think any of us really want to take a drug that's just like, oh, well, yeah, I don't have anxiety anymore, but now I've lost all motivation to do anything. You know, like that's not really what I want to do, you know, and that would be a reason why I would want to avoid something that would only relax me, because I still want to stay on top of my game, right? So neroli is another oil in our adaptive blend, and it has many mood modulating characteristics that are oils of linalool and linalyl acetate. But because it's from a citrus tree, it also has limonene. So neroli is just amazing. Again, you're getting this combination of different citrus oils from different plants or different trees that has a lot of different health benefits. And finally, we have sweet gum, and also known as liquidambar. Sweet gum produces a resinous that can be steam distilled to produce oils with a lot of different benefits. You get all of these different aromas like pine, floral, and spicy in one plant, in one sweet gum plant. So it's just, again, a beautiful combination. It was all of these 8 plants were chosen and combined perfectly to create a product that can really, really help you with your stress and anxiety. I highly recommend it. There's 3 different delivery methods. We have our calming capsules. You can use those by taking 1 capsule daily as recommended by any healthcare professional to support long-term emotional well-being, or you could take a capsule just before something particularly stressful, like a test or a presentation or something like that, or you could just take 1 each morning just to help you perform better. So these can be taken like as a daily supplement or just like right before something or a flight or something. So we have our capsules, and then we have our roller ball, this one here, the long skinny one. That's just to make it easy for you to use. So you just roll it right on your neck, roll it right on your pressure points, on the wrists, really anywhere you want to roll it. And then you have a 15 milliliter bottle of adaptive, which is best used in a diffuser. So that is kind of just, there's like 3 different ways to use it, right? We talk about 3 ways to use oils. We have internally, topically, and aromatically, and that 15 ml bottle is used aromatically in a diffuser. So I included a few testimonials from some of our customers that I've been working with for a very long time. My particular favorite is Haley's. It really helps me not to lose my cool with my kids as much. I just need to remember to use it daily, right? Like I often joke, hey, they work better when you use them, right? So just want to finish up with some of our favorite diffuser blend recipes. Try some of these out. We've talked about a lot of these oils today. You could just try 3 drops of adaptive and 3 drops of extra wild orange in a diffuser, or you could do 3 drops balance, 3 drops wild orange. If you feel more into some of the specific emotional blends like forgive or peace, there's a whole other emotional product line that we didn't even talk about today because there's so many. Yeah, Kirsten's holding them up. I love those. I specifically use passion and motivate regularly. Motivate is I love citrus and mint together. Like, to me, that's just like the ultimate uplift and, you know, relax at the same time. So motivate is a good one for that. And anyway, so there's citrus bliss, and this one you could do 3 drops of citrus bliss, 2 drops of sandalwood, 3 grapefruit, and 1 drop of elevation. So there's just a lot of really beautiful diffuser blend recipes, and I hope you guys will screenshot that, take a picture of it, and have fun with it. Have fun creating different environments in your
For you guys that are looking for recipes for diffusers, because I know whenever I share something in other places, lots of people, I was like, hold on, let me write that down. You can go into regular Google, put the word doTERRA first and what you're looking to accomplish, whether you want to calm or energize or sleep. And then once you hit to Google it, then go to images. And it's going to pop up with people that have so skillfully made all of these little thumbnails that have pictures of all the little doTERRA bottles and how many drops and what they call the name of that, right? So it's a great place to have the visual with the number of drops right there and a name to it to give it a shot. And so it's just a great place to go find all kinds of different things.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Awesome. Well, for your November box, most of you should have, if you haven't received it yet, should be on its way. So you should be getting your Lifelong Vitality vitamins, of course, as well as your adaptive capsules. And we will be jumping into some of the women's, like the hormones. So I believe Claricalm was part of that box as well this month. So anyway, we look forward to teaching you more as we're kind of, I think we have, how many more classes do we have left? My goodness, I don't have it on my screen right here, but I think we have 2. Yeah, this was week 6. So we have 2 more classes in this 8-week series. I'm excited. I believe next week will be on women's hormones, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. I did not come prepared with that information. So if I'm wrong, like, I think we haven't talked about that yet though. So next week we'll learn more about the Claricalm roller that you got in your November box. And thank you. We had quite a few new people on today, so just wanted to say welcome to everyone. I'm so grateful to have you on here with us. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Just remember, as things unfold, you have been given tools to relax. And if nothing else, go back to that meditation that Dr. Neat took us through in the beginning. Remember to breathe. Remember that you are in control of your own space, your own moods, your own choice to experience this world in the way that you choose to see it. You get to put on your lenses, and these are tools here for you to help and to really, I believe, help accentuate the positive lenses, the positive possibilities that are always before us in this life. So thank you for being here and appreciate you all so much. I'm seeing all the comments and the love for adaptive. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you again, Kirsten and Alicia. You're amazing. Thanks for sharing your talents with us. Love you guys.